Alright, so this is how it all started. A couple of weeks ago, I got an email. Okay, I got an email and it was an invitation to come and talk at this very event, TEDxUniversityofMalaya. Now, I'm a huge fan of TEDx. I actually hosted 2 the TEDx KL talks. I watch TEDx almost every time. So you can imagine my excitement and my anxiety when I was invited. I almost flipped. Actually, was going to turn it down. Many times I could have accepted, and then I said, oh no, I can't do it. I accepted, oh, I can't do it. Many times. But my manager, my good friend Kajai, and my husband said, look, Aishah, give it a try. You don't know what it's going to take you. Well, I thought, hey, what is that to lose? If I bombed, I can still offer some selfies at the end. So, alright, I was on board. I'm definitely going to do this. The next thing is what to talk about. So where do you go, other than Google, if you want some answers in life? Facebook. It's like the instant focus group. So I did. I went onto Facebook and I asked my friends this exact question. I asked them if you could list down 3 things. I know I'm very long-winded. Sorry. If you had 3 things that you wanted to learn from me, what would they be? Some asked, Aishah, how do you stay fit? How do you run? How do you talk in public? How do you do this? How do you do that? But a few of the things that popped up was, like highlighted in yellow, how do you juggle work, being wife, and also parenthood? How do you spill the secrets? How do you how do you manage time? That's almost what everybody asked. How do you manage your time? Oopsie, that was fast. Okay? How do you stay calm and collected and manage everything? So essentially people wanted to know, how do I find the balance between work and life? In a more crass way, Aishah, how do you keep your shit together? The thing is, what they didn't know about me was, I've got a job that requires me to wake up almost every day, Monday to Friday at 4 o'clock in the morning. I just started a company, it's a new company, so that needs me. I do some NGO work. I've got 2 very young, demanding daughters. And I've got a very patient husband, but of course I want to keep that relationship, so I've got to make sure I make some time for him too. My shit was all over the place. No way it was together. So, of course, I was wondering, why is it that they think that I have managed to unearth this mystical, this myth about social media? How have I found that work-life balance? And then I realized it's because of what I post on my social media. I'm very active on Instagram. And that's the thing, is Instagram the truth or not? We have no idea. We don't know, of course, unless you're the one who posts it. So, Instagram or social media is like a trap. It's like a Venus flytrap. It lures you in with a sweet scent, and then it slowly poisons you. So you're attracted to Instagram and to Pinterest and YouTube and Vines and all that because it looks so creative and so attractive. And then after a while, you start realizing, oh my goodness, my life is not as cool as theirs. Oh no. Social media envy does exist. That's the thing. And everybody falls victim to it, someone like me even. Jared was talking about YouTubers. Now that is a new generation of celebrity YouTubers, Vine stars, Instagram celebrities. These people are very social media savvy. And then one of the old school celebrities, I'm saying old school because, my peers started off as actors first, and then they became TV hosts, radio announcers, whatever. We started in the industry about 10, 15 years ago. At that time, social media wasn't that big. It was only in the last 5 years that it kind of became like this incubator. In the last 5 years, the whole industry just exploded. So, in this short 5, 6 years, I obviously had to, rather than fall into that trap myself and start comparing myself to these young, savvy YouTubers, obviously I felt the pressure to keep up. But I found some truths that I'd like to share with you today on what kept me sane. Now, the next time you open up a social media account, please remember these 3 things. Social media truth number 1, social media is full of lies, I tell you. It's true. Now imagine if your Instagram was the showreel of your life. Would you not pick all the best pieces, right? How many of you like selfies? Selfie. Who takes 30 selfies only to pick one? It happens. And they don't share the struggle, the difficulty. You look at this amazing, curated, perfect picture. picture that sometimes requires a team to put together, especially the celebrities and the KOLs. You know, you follow a lot from Australia, the fitness folk. Dude, this person has not had an ice cream in 2 years. That's why he's a body like that. So social media, I do it all the time. So I post pictures of my house. Look at my house. My living room is so clean, isn't it? It's so amazing, so put together. You know, casually watching TV with my daughter. Hashtag blessed. And there's my family, and look at that, we're amazing, aren't we? That's social media. This, unfortunately, is my reality almost every other day. Again, guys, don't judge, yeah? I've got a full-time job and 2 young kids. All over the place, and unfortunately, my dining table is my workplace. I do not have an office, and my daughter comes and catch me all the time. Talking about my children, aren't they gorgeous? Soraya and Aina are the apples of my eye. They're angels. Look at those eyes. You can fall in them and drown. They're so well behaved. Reality is, the younger one likes being naked and jumping around, and then she breaks down and cries, and the older one is refusing to eat her dinner. Seriously, guys, that is life. And then me, of course. Everyone's asking, Aishah, how is it that you manage to look amazing? Look at that, you're at events, you look fantastic. You find time to work out despite being a very, very busy mom. But the truth is, most of the time, I just want to do this. Watch TV, eat a sandwich, and not give a damn. I haven't even washed my hair. But social media truth number 2. Social media is addictive. It's like a drug. And you need to detox. Now this is pretty serious, guys. You know, you post something on social media, you keep on going back to your account. How many likes have I gotten? What are the comments? Oh my God, so-and-so is up to this, so-and-so is up to that. So instead of being drawn and trapped into that, our generation, I think, is a little bit better because we have experienced life before social media. And maybe are very, very young. But the younger ones, they're going to grow into this world. And it's very, very important that as adults, we kind of set that positive example. Now, a digital detox, that's what I call it. Look, if you can't leave your phone at home, you still need to be contactable. It's okay, don't do that. Just log out of your social media accounts. Go do something productive. Do the laundry, start the assignment, go on a date, finish reading that book. You will realize that there's so much more your life has to offer once you start living it. Social media truth number 3. Hashtag goals may not be realistic. Who does this? You look at like, oh my God, relationship goals. Oh, Victoria Beckham and David Beckham, they've got the perfect relationship. Right? Fitspo, OOTD, everything. See, when we base our goals on social media, it's not entirely accurate. Because you are, point number 1, social media. You are basing your goals on something that may not be entirely true. Alright, it's curated, it's made to look perfect. It's not real. And number 2, you're basing your goals on something that is outside yourself. You're looking to be like someone else, like something else, another version of somebody else. Now, what do you do though? Right? You need to find your truth. That's what you need to do. Now, truth, finding your truth, what on earth is that? I know I've set in a whole load of questions in your head, like what is your truth? How do you live your truth? How do I know I'm living it? I know it's an abstract idea. There's no hard evidence, tangible facts, no empirical data to kind of support the fact that yes, I'm definitely, look at my chart, I'm definitely living my truth. So to me, I can share what was. For me, finding the truth and living your truth is actually being absolutely comfortable in your own skin. And not being ashamed to say, hey, this is me. It doesn't mean that you can walk around naked. So again, I'd like to share with you some of the things that kind of worked for me in the whole process of finding my truth. Now, I compared my life a lot. When I first started off in the industry, I didn't quite know, 12 years ago, so I didn't quite know who I wanted to be, so I modeled myself after people. This is what we do all the time. We compare ourselves to others. Theodore Roosevelt, who is the 26th President of the United States, said, comparison is the thief of joy. So, finding your truth, what you need to do first is to learn to accept yourself right now. that means it's that person sitting in the seat right now. You may not be entirely happy with yourself. You may think that, oh no, I still have a long way to go. I want to be a successful person one day, when I lose the weight, when I find myself a boyfriend, one day. No, right now, learn to accept yourself together with your struggles, together with whatever you feel you're dissatisfied about, your strengths, your weaknesses. Do a SWOT on yourself. Be fine and accept yourself for who you are right now. Because once you do, it gives you the space to be able to move forward. Finding your truth. Point number 2 is to celebrate your values. Now, what are your values? Your values are your beliefs, things that you find important in your life. And these, it's like, kind of like a compass that kind of tells you that you are along the right path, that you're doing something right, you're getting there. Now, some of my personal values are growth. For me, I need to grow. I need to feel that I'm in movement. I'm heading towards something and somewhere that's going to get me somewhere. I have quit jobs. I quit jobs, things that are perfectly fine. I quit projects, a TV show I was on. I felt that I wasn't getting any better. It was stagnant, and I hate being stagnant. So I even did that, and I'm not a fan of security. I like always being on the edge, because then I feel that, you know, I do. Now, another value I hold dear to myself is harmony. I don't like conflict, and I hate conflict within my team. I hate conflict at home with family members. I think that we can still live cordially, even if we had different beliefs, if we had different values, if we disagreed with each other, we could still do it harmoniously. So those are some of the values that I hold dear to. What are your values? What are the things that that are non-negotiable, that you have to stick to? Once you find them, honor them, celebrate them. And finding your truth back, number 3. Live loud and live proud. This pretty much means that don't be ashamed of who you are. Don't hide yourself. Don't think that you have to be someone else because your friends don't like it. Don't feel that you have to, you know, negotiate with yourself with what you believe in. It's that simple, actually. Now, in life, we make decisions, everything almost, based on these 2 emotions, love and fear. Everything we do is either because of one of those major emotions. Now, finding your truth and living your truth lives within the realm closer to love. So if you found something that not only brings you joy, but it doesn't harm others around you, that means you are closer to living your truth. Now, back to the question that, you know, when I post on social media, on my Facebook, everyone's like, oh my God, Aishah, how do you find that work-life balance? It's a very valid question. A lot of people ask me that all the time. So I'm going to try and attempt to give you my answer to it. It's not a secret, it's not steadfast, but this is what works for me again. How I found my balance is by stop searching for it. I'm not searching for this balance anymore. I stopped caring and I stopped comparing. I stopped caring about what expectations society had on me as a celebrity, a mom, a working lady, a wife, a woman. And I actually started following my heart and felt that, hey look, you know what, I possibly do have the answers to things. And I stopped comparing myself to others. Now, I'm a working mother. I've got 2 young kids. Every single day when I leave the house, my daughters will cry. Before I came here, my younger one was crying. She said, no, Mama, I don't want you to work. So that is my struggle. Not many of you may be parents just yet in this room, but that is my struggle. At the same time, I don't want to put myself aside, or put my dreams aside because of my family. So at the same time, I want to pursue what I want to do. Okay, it's okay. So I stopped comparing myself with the fact that I didn't make this homemade meals with my family, that I didn't, you know, cook all the time. I food panda almost every single night. And I stopped comparing myself with all those other stay-at-home moms. And I stopped wishing that I was a digital nomad who could, you know, travel the world and still work. I have friends who are like that, and every other month they're living in a different country. So obviously their Instagram page is so amazing, right? So I stopped pretending to be that. I have more deeper roots here in Malaysia because of my 2 young kids. Now, once I came to terms with that in my 30s as a mother of 2, that's how I found my truth. And I hope that all that I've shared today will help you find your truth. So thank you very much.